Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impressions of the new Wet n Wild brushes. I recently purchased these and they're still in the package, so I wanted to be able to show them on my channel before I open them all up. I'm going to go ahead and film an intro now in case I forget to later, but I don't have my makeup on yet. I'm going to put all that on with these brushes today. Today is Saturday, and I actually wanted to start making my filming days on Saturdays or Sundays, just the weekend in general. So since I'm pressed for time today, I'm actually just going to sit down and film a kind of get ready with me first impressions using the new Wet n Wild brushes. And I wanted to film this intro now because I'll probably forget to do it later once I have my makeup on. So I have a very fussy baby out in the hallway. My husband's home and he's taking care of her and he's running around doing stuff in the house. If you hear any background noise at all, that's going to be coming from them. But she's not being neglected. She's being taken care of. I'm just not in there with her right now. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and open up. This just came in a regular cardboard box. But if you see me getting into it, that's where the brushes are at and that's how they came packaged. I wanted to show you the packaging. I ordered the entire set. You can purchase them individually, but it also came as a set, and I think the set was about $69 for all of the brushes. So I thought they would come packaged all together, but they actually come packaged individually, and they look like this right here. And I don't know if my camera's going to focus on it because I see it's focusing on my face instead. The package looks like this right here. And I'm going to try my hardest in future videos to keep the glare of my glasses out of my videos. I find that in order to keep the glare off of my glasses, I actually have to sit pretty straight up and look downward almost, but I'm going to try to get in the habit of doing that. Okay, let me pull all of these brushes out so this video isn't too long. I also got a free gift. They were doing a promotion at the time that I purchased these, and I think it just came with like a free little gift, so I'll show you what that was. I was pretty impressed with the gift actually. Okay, so these here are the two gifts that I got. This is just a little handheld kabuki brush, and then this is actually like a few different pieces of makeup, so I was impressed with that. In this package right here, you have an, what is this? The All Natural palette. I do believe I've seen this one talked about on Kathleen Light's channel. I don't know if that was the exact same one or not, so I'm excited to have it because I've wanted to try it, but I've not wanted to pay for it and buy it, so I'm glad that came as a gift. And then two lipsticks. This looks like a, what is that? An eye pencil and then some lashes. I probably won't ever use the lashes, but I will keep them just in case I want to try them out one day. But for today, I'm going to use this eye palette because I don't have any particular makeup in mind or any particular makeup look in mind that I want to try, so I'll just throw that on. But let me show you quickly this brush. This is going to be a terrible video because none of this is going to be in focus. This is the packaging. But every time I do one of these videos, it takes so long to focus. I sit here forever trying to get it to focus, and then I have to do like cut twos in my editing because I will sit here for like a minute before it finally focuses, and I'll have to edit that part out and then just show the focused part. Anyway, this is the brush. I don't really imagine myself using this too much. I don't know what I would use it for unless maybe a powder brush. I will keep it to remind myself to use it for a little while, and if I don't like it, I will just give it away. I might use these lipsticks today because I don't have a lipstick in mind either. I apologize for the lighting today as well if it looks terrible because it is very gloomy outside. And although I do have a couple of umbrellas that I use, they're not that great. So most of my lighting does come from natural lighting, and I usually use the umbrellas to hopefully balance some of that harsh light, some of the harsher lighting out, but there's still shadows everywhere. These Wet n Wild lipsticks are in the shades Think Pink and Bare It All. I feel like I have Bare It All, but I'm not sure if I have Think Pink. I'm going to check real quick, and then if I do have these, I'll probably just save them and give them away to someone. Okay, so it turns out that I actually have Think Pink and I do not have Bare It All. So I'm going to keep Bare It All and save this one to give away. But I really wanted to use that. In case you're wondering, since we're already here, I will go ahead and swatch these for you because otherwise what's the point of doing a makeup video? Okay, so just swatching these went on nice and creamy. I've worn them before, but I forgot what the formula was like because I haven't worn makeup in months. Obviously the pink one on this side is going to be the Think Pink shade, and then the one over here is Bare It All. I think that's actually really pretty. I thought it was going to be a lot more brown than that, but it almost has like a pink undertone, and I think those are the nudes that would look best on me. So I think that Bare It All will look really good. So I'm going to set those there for now. And I'm actually going to go ahead and prime my face while I wait. I really do not have a lot of time today. I don't know why I'm sitting here just piddling around. Okay, so makeup wipes. I am going to go ahead and prime my face because I wanted to give it a few minutes to set in and work. I want to try a few new things with my foundation, and I don't get a lot of time to sit down and put on makeup. So since I am going to put on makeup today, but instead I'm putting it on for this video, I wanted to try actually using Vaseline. I don't know if that's an actual trick that I heard somewhere or if I just made that up, but I have heard people reference putting down a type of primer that acts as a really good barrier between your skin and the makeup, and that is supposed to help keep the makeup from moving around, and I think that's for oily people. I'm not really sure. Don't know if I have strictly oily skin, strictly dry skin, or maybe combination. I think it's combination because in my T-zone area it will get oily, but it will also get a lot of dry patches. So that usually affects my makeup a lot, whether it's because of the dry patches that the makeup sits on top of, or maybe my face gets oily throughout the day and moves the makeup around. But either way, it always looks really bad and really cakey in my T-zone area every single time I put on foundation. So I'm trying to think of some tricks that I can use to avoid that. So I'm going to try the Vaseline today on top of the primer but underneath the foundation, and that's just me experimenting. That's not anything for this video. But I am going to use one of these Wet n Wild brushes to apply the foundation, and if I find that that's not working very well, then I'm just going to switch to my Beauty Blender. I am going to try to start applying with the Beauty Blender from now on, just to see if that helps any at all. That way, instead of putting on heavy foundation with a brush to begin with, I'm actually just going to start with a sheer coverage with a Beauty Blender and then maybe try to build it up each time. So I'm going to start with the primer first. I hate these things. I don't know why people love squirting themselves in the face with liquid products. I hate doing that. I avoid setting sprays for that reason. Okay, I'm just gonna let this dry and then sit on the face for a few minutes while I talk to you guys about these brushes, and maybe by the end of that, the face will be primed and ready to go. I'm gonna try to hold these brushes up for you, and maybe this camera will focus just a little bit. I'm gonna set these smaller brushes to the side just for a minute so I can show you the larger face brushes first. Looking at pictures of these online, they looked a little bit bigger to me than they do in person, so I was just a little bit disappointed about that. But overall, they look like they'll work and do the job that they're supposed to do, so, you know, I'm still gonna give them a fair shot, obviously. This powder brush was the one that I was most excited about because I thought it was gonna be huge and fluffy, but it's not that big. It's not as big as I had imagined it would be. Okay, so these here are the rest of the face brushes, and I'm going to read the backs of them. Starting from this side, you have the flat contour brush, a blush brush, a precision foundation brush, which I am going to use for foundation today, and then a precision setting brush. That's these right here. And the first one that I showed you was the large powder brush. So those are your face brushes. And I am going to take them out of the packages for you. I just wanted to show that in the package really quickly. Then you have 4 eye brushes. That was 5 face brushes. Now you have 4 eye brushes. And I'm going to start from my left side as well again and read them off to you from the back. So starting over here, you have the Dome Pencil Eye Brush, and then the Precision Flat Face Brush. Then you have Tapered Blending Brush and Tapered Highlighting Brush. I've been experimenting with little highlighting brushes, and I haven't found one that I like yet. I find that a lot of them, I don't know, have they're not dense enough that they really apply product to my face as well as I'd like them to. So I just ordered one from ColourPop. That was a recommendation from Kathleen Lights. I'm going to try that one out. I think I know what type of brush I'm looking for now, but I haven't found it yet. And I think this one might be the type of brush that I was looking for. I didn't show you one more brush. So I said to you that you had 4 eye brushes. I left this one out. This is just called the Fluffy Blending Brush. I'll show it to you in comparison to these. This video is already so long. Okay, so this is the Fluffy Blending Brush. And I would just use it as an eye brush. That's why I accidentally called it an eye brush. But that makes you 5 small brushes and 5 large brushes. The reason I was most excited to get these brushes was because it was a full brush set that was affordable enough for me and I thought would be of pretty good quality, that was pretty and looked nice, and I could actually display it in like a single cup on my desk or just where I do my makeup or anything like that. Like I said, you can buy all these individually. Every single one of them are under $10. I think the most expensive brush is either $7.99 or $8.99. So they're all pretty affordable, and I am going to do my best to use as many of them today as I can. I don't know if you guys are big into washing brushes before you use them for the first time, but I'm not. So I will be using all of these brushes before having washed them first. And that doesn't bother me if that's gross to you. I've got to get better at filming shorter videos. I would really prefer all of these to be under 10 minutes, at least for now, while nobody really cares about them. Okay, so now we have all of the brushes out. And this is what they look like. I think they're really, really beautiful. As you can tell, they have a rose gold handle, and then the hair is kind of like a light gray tone at the bottom, and then it is white at the top. I don't know the word I'm looking for. But these are all of the brushes, and like I said, I thought they would just be something really pretty to display and yet be something that you could use as well. So this primer, by the way, I don't think I told you what this was. I wanted to mention to you that this was the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. This is a small bottle because I think I got it in an Ipsy bag, and I used more than I thought I ever would, but anyways. That's what I used for the primer, and I don't think that I let that set as long as I would have preferred. It hasn't been but a few minutes, but I am going to go ahead and just get started with makeup since we are pressed for time. And I'm going to use the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup. This is in the shade Light Ivory W2. I've been using this for quite some time. I've had it for a while, but this was the foundation that I applied the very last time that I didn't like the way it applied. I mean, it applies really well, and a lot of people love it. Like I said, I have trouble areas, so it doesn't apply well for me. But that is why I'm going to try to use the Vaseline today and see if I can get that to work for me. I didn't get a chance to get set up before I sat down, so I'm pulling everything out that I need. Okay, so makeup or foundation. I always just put that on the back of my hand because it's easier for me to dip into it from my brush. Now I am going to use the foundation brush today. I'm probably not going to like it because I like my Sigma brush, and I've not found any brush, I guess any drugstore brush that has as dense bristles. And I almost forgot to apply the Vaseline. I think I'm actually just going to apply it around the nose so that I can see if that area looks better than it does normally when I don't have the Vaseline on. And just to let you know, I've also put on some moisturizer before I sat down to film this video. So I had on moisturizer. I let that actually sit on my face for probably about 30 minutes. And then I went in with the Smashbox primer, and now I'm going to try this Vaseline. I'm going to go in with this as sparingly as I can because I don't know if it's going to affect the makeup application, or if when I take the brush, if it's going to, everything's just going to move around anyway, and this is going to slide off my hand onto my clothes. But I'm going to start with a thin layer and use as little as I can while still creating as much of a barrier as possible. I did actually forget to exfoliate before this video. I meant to exfoliate before I put on moisturizer, and I just forgot. So we didn't do that step today. I'm actually taking a clean finger and going back over this to try to wipe off any excess product, any excess Vaseline, but I do believe I have my nose covered pretty well. Now going in with foundation. I can't see the viewfinder when I have my glasses off, so I don't know if I'm in focus or if I mean I can kind of tell I'm in frame, but I can't tell if I'm in focus for sure. So we just have to go and hope for the best. Okay, I'm actually surprised. I think this brush is working pretty well. I feel like I'm having to work with it a little bit slower, actually probably much slower than I do my Sigma brush, but I feel like it's placing it on there nicely, the product that is, and smoothing it out pretty evenly. So it does its job. I am very excited about that. It does have, I don't know if you can tell when I point it like this, like a little dome shape cut out of it, which I'm finding that my makeup is not getting in there, and I don't know if that's what's helping with the application, but either way, it's applying pretty good, pretty well. I do think that I'm using more foundation product because then it would mean that the brush is applying a fuller coverage rather than a sheer coverage, which I like full coverage. But it's either that it's not blending it out as evenly or the brush is soaking up makeup. I'll just have to wait till I finish my face to really give you a good idea of what is going on. I'm going to try my nose now and see if I notice a difference in application with that Vaseline. It's hard to tell what this brush is doing because I feel like I have such terrible skin. I'm not a great person to be testing this out. That's why we're going with first impressions and not review, because I don't know what I'm talking about. So I think what I'm going to do is actually just go over this with a beauty blender instead of switching to the beauty blender, because I think that this brush is actually applying the foundation pretty well. But I feel like either it's my skin or the way that this brush blends, that it's not applying it the way that I would like it to. And like I said, this is the third time I've gone back for more foundation. So it's either soaking it up or perhaps just not blending it out. And I am not trying to rub with this brush. I am trying to press as much as I can. I always rub just a little bit. I think I kind of have it, but I am just trying to press with this brush. That's another thing that's good for dry skin, I heard in a recent video, because it doesn't further exfoliate. When you rub with your brush, you're not further exfoliating skin and therefore causing more dry patches while you're applying your makeup. Okay, from what I can tell, this looks good for now, but I need to blend it out with the beauty blender. I think that will help it lay better, and I need to look at it with my glasses on to make sure I'm not just seeing things. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the beauty blender first, because if I put my glasses on, I'm gonna smudge all of the makeup on my nose because of that nose pad. The only thing I don't like about using a beauty blender is obviously it takes so much longer to apply foundation with it, but it also creates a sheer coverage. This is just looking drier and drier to me. But in this mirror, all I see are dry patches and red skin. I feel like all of the makeup shears out over the red patches and then clings to the dry skin flakes. So I feel like the only foundation that's ever left on my face is just what's left on the dry skin patches and not on my actual face. Anyways, that's enough for that. We're gonna be here all day trying to get that skin perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and set that down. I'm gonna use this Laura Mercier setting powder because it's probably the best one that I have. But I'm going to use this large powder brush to apply. I guess I'm not going to apply concealer, but I am in a hurry, so I don't really have the time to sit down and do concealer today. I don't always do concealer. I hate makeup. This probably went on cake here anyway, because I have no idea how to apply makeup. Should we even call this a beauty channel? Maybe we should call it a beauty parody channel. This is I just enjoy it, that's all. I'm not here because I'm good at it. I'm really in a rush now because I think it's like 2 o'clock or a few minutes till, and I have no time left to complete this video. I'm gonna go ahead and apply mascara just in case they do get here and I have to get up and leave and go out and visit. And then I'll try to come back and finish this video later if I have to. The lighting will not be as good, so I do apologize for that if I do have to come back, because I think I will lose all of my sun by the time they leave. This is the Too Faced Mascara Better Than Sex, and I usually apply 2 to 3 coats of this. Okay, so we're going to use this All Natural palette by Wet n Wild. I'm not really sure where my camera just cut off, but what I was saying was I'm going to use one of the shimmer shades as a lid shade, and then use the 2 browns here as crease or transition shades, and then probably, maybe if I have time, smoke it out just a little bit with that black, but I probably won't have time to do that. So let's try to throw this together. I don't like this for eyeshadow. I can tell just by swiping it on my hand that I feel like it's not going to be dense enough to really blend out anything for me personally. So I'm not going to use it for an eye brush, but it was not labeled an eye brush, it was labeled a highlighting brush. And I don't know what they're called anymore because I've taken them out of packages, but this is the P20. I am going to use that to put down crease and transition shades. And then with a little more precision, I'm going to go in with the P15. And if I do any smoking on the lower lash line, I'm going to go ahead and use the P10. That's the little dome brush. That's going to be the only 3 brushes that I use, because this one here is just a flat top. So I'm just really probably not going to use that one. So far I have used the powder and the foundation brush. I think that's our company right there. Why did I sit down and try to film this so late in the day anyway? That's going to be them. Anyways, these are the 3 eye brushes that I'm going to go in with, and if our visitors are here now, then I will go ahead and take a break and come back and film the eyes later. But I did want to show you these 3 brushes I'm going to use and the colors that I'm going to be using, and then I will just quickly apply the makeup and play some music in the background so that it doesn't take too long. Okay guys, I'm back. We actually just had company come over and I visited with them for a little while. So it's been like 3 hours since I left this video. So I don't know if the lighting has changed, and I do apologize if it has changed drastically, but I wanted to let you know that's kind of what happened, and I'm going to pick up right where we left off. So I'm going to start with my eyes. We actually haven't eaten all day, so I'm going to try to finish up the rest of this video without lollygagging too much so that we can get on to dinner, because it's after 5 o'clock now. But anyways, we're going to continue where we left off, and we're going to start with the eyes, and then I'm going to finish blush, bronzer, highlight, and then brows, and then my makeup will be complete for today. Anyways, we're going to just get started with the eyes. This is as far as I can zoom in. I will work on that for future videos, but for today, this is as good as it's going to get. So just wanted to let you know that. The last thing I'm going to do for the eyes is pack on one of these shimmery colors on the lid. I'm actually just going to use my finger. I wanted to let you know that, and I'm going to let you know that I'm going to go in with, I'm going to do gold today. So I think this 3rd color looks like the most golden color in the palette. I'm going to use that one, and like I said, I'm just going to use my finger to try to pack it on the lid. And then I will make sure to blend out any harsh lines. So to blend, I'll let you know in the, like I'll leave a little message in the corner of the screen, but I will probably use the P20, and then if I don't, I'll let you know if I use something else. Now I'm just going to go in with another coat or two of the mascara because I feel like I don't have enough of that on. Okay, I'm going to actually go ahead and do an inner corner highlight really quickly. I'm actually just going to use one of the colors from this palette and use the little smudger brush. It's the P10 brush. My first instinct was to use this pink shimmery shade, but I don't want it to clash with the gold at all. So I'm actually just going to go in with this very first shade. It's a little less shimmery, but that's what we're going to use. Okay, and now my battery's dying. So I'm going to just finish up as quickly as I can using just the first 3 products that I grabbed out of my collection. I'm going to go in with blush, bronzer, and highlight to finish up the face. I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild palette for bronzer. This little Tarte Amazonian clay that I think I got in a Nipsey bag, and it is in, no, it might have been with a little birthday gift, in the shade Party. For blush, and then for highlight I just grabbed Champagne Pop. And I'm going to go in as heavy as I can because I do not do a very good job of applying either of these. I'm going to use the P70, which is like kind of domed. I feel like I never really quite put on enough that it looks like there's anything on my face at all. Okay, I'm gonna call that bronzer. I know this is weird, but if I find that there's no excess product on a brush, I will actually just go back in and use it for a different product instead of grabbing another one. So I have wiped this clean, and I'm going to use the same brush, which is the P70, and I'm going to use the blush. I am going to use the highlighting brush. I believe this was I think the powder brush, precision powder, but for me I'm going to use it for highlight. It's the P65. It's the kind of got a smaller head to it. I like to just place this on the tops of the cheekbones. That's pretty much the only place that I use it. And I think I actually like that brush pretty well for highlight. It feels pretty stiff. A lot of the highlighting brushes that I use are pretty flimsy, so I feel like they don't really apply it very well. I think that looks pretty good. I wanted to zoom you in and actually show you what my makeup looks like, to show you how bad it is so that you can understand exactly what I'm talking about when I explain to you that I have like a cakey makeup. So let me do that really quickly. But I also wanted to let you know my thoughts on these brushes. And that is, overall, I think they're okay. I don't think they're the most amazing thing that I've ever used. I don't think they're going to replace any of my Holy Grail brushes. They are really pretty. I do still really love them just for the design. I don't know if you consider that the packaging, because I'm not talking about the specific packaging, just the actual way the brush looks. I think that they're really beautiful. I still want to display them. I still want to use them. I still will use them, but I don't think they're going to be a go-to brush for me. They do, however, get the job done. So if there's something that you've had your eye on specifically for the way that they look, like I have, and you're worried that you're not going to get any quality out of them, I think that you will definitely get some quality out of them. You probably won't, it may or may not just be like a new Holy Grail product. If you are, however, just starting out in makeup, just playing around, don't want to spend a lot of money, things like that, I do think that these would be a great option for you, because they are, like I said, still going to get the job done. You may have to work a little bit harder with them, but I think that they will still do really well for you. This is as far as the camera zooms in, so I actually just scooted up closer to it. But I wanted to show you as much of a close-up as possible so that you could possibly see the flakiness on the skin that I'm referring to. That highlight looks really good. So that you can see the flakiness on my skin that I'm referring to, and I might even scoot a little bit closer so you can see the nose. But, and I haven't looked at it really up close yet. I've been visiting with family. But yeah, how it rubs off on the nose and how it just seems to stick to flaky skin without really covering the entire face. That's the problem that I'm talking to you about. I also wanted to zoom you in so that you could see the eye makeup. I don't know if you can see it. I hate glasses sometimes. Okay guys, that's going to be it for this video. So that is my thoughts on those brushes. I wanted to quickly give you my thoughts on the palette. I actually don't love it. I still think that it might be worth it if you're just wanting to kind of dabble into makeup, because you can still get the job done with it. I find that I had to work a little bit more with those shadows than I do with some others, but overall I think it's an okay purchase and I do like it as well, even though I didn't purchase it. But if I had purchased it, I've already given you my thoughts on the brushes, and this is going to be the complete makeup look that I attempted today. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something. I hope that something was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please come back to see my next video, and make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. If you do subscribe, you'll be notified when I upload videos. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I knew there was something I was forgetting. I've already turned the camera off and gotten up and started cleaning up, but I wanted to let you know I did just realize I forgot to put on my brows. So we're not going to do that for this video. I do them the same way that I've always done them, just using the Anastasia Brow Gel Pomade and the Anastasia Brow, no, not the Brow Gel Pomade, the Brow Pomade and the Anastasia Brow Gel. So typical, the way that I normally do them, I have a video on my YouTube channel of how I do them, but I wanted to let you know I completely forgot to do them. So they're not going to be done in this video. I apologize if this was too rushed or anything like that. I was a little bit rushed filming, but I did still enjoy taking time to do that for you today. I hope that you will come back to my channel once again to watch more videos, and I will see you next time. Make that brows and lips. I forgot lips as well. I realized that when I finished filming that little segment. I did go ahead and apply the brow makeup and the lip makeup off camera so that I can come back and show you the full face. My battery is still dying, so I don't have much time. I did use the Wet n Wild Bare It All lipstick. I do actually like this formula. It's not bad. I do have to reapply it several times throughout the day. I haven't found a lipstick that I don't have to reapply several times throughout the day, but I do like it overall. And I really like the way this color looks on me. And then I do go ahead and do the brows. Like I said, it's really simple. I just use the Anastasia Brow Pomade and the Anastasia Brow Gel. And that's going to complete today's look. So now we are officially done. Thank you again so much for watching. Sorry for the mess of a video that this probably is. I do hope that you will come back, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Before they get here, and I was going to film a video of me putting on makeup.
Go ahead. Good.
Well, I spent 30 minutes trying to get my lights right.
Well, there's your problem.
Are you out there?
No.
You get on my nerves.
Huh?
Because you can listen to me.
I'm not listening to you. I'm cleaning up the dog toys.
How are you not listening? I'm talking.
I just now walked in here.
Never mind, I understand, because when I talk, you stop listening.
I didn't barely hear you anyway.
Did you hear me?
No, I didn't.
I said, never mind. I know how you cannot listen, because when I talk, you stop listening.
That's right.
This is awkward because now it's dark and my window's open and all the neighbors can see me talking to myself through the window.
Oh. Dang, Tom. What are you doing that pooping?
Well, darn. That's it. Goodbye.